I'm going to skip now, Pich. I'm going to go to who we just mentioned, his backcourt mate in Jalen Suggs.
We're going to talk about Rafer Alston. Skip to Malou. No? All right.
Man, love that guy.
He got it.
All right. So I want to bring up here HoopsTalk 13, Lewis. He's trying to, pour a little water on the excitement potentially, just maybe temper expectations. Mm-hmm. He says, really hope folks temper Suggs' expectations this year. I know he was banged up, but he has a zero career history of being a good shooter. Not high school, not AAU, not international competition, not college. Temper the expectations. Elite defense and better rim finishing should be the goal. What do you think about that take, Pish?
I don't disagree with the take. I'm not 100% sure that's accurate. I haven't gone back to look at his high school or AAU stats.
Yeah, that's fair.
But assuming that is
Where do you find those?
Assuming that's all true, that's totally fine. We have plenty of other guys that can fill it up. I don't need Suggs to score 20 points a game.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he was going to be that kind of guy when we got him. I thought he was exactly as he said, elite defense and a guy who can cut and get to the rim. And he has made one epic shot, at least in his career, at the buzzer. So he has a clutch vibe to him.
Yeah. And we saw one of his breakout games.
We saw him finish strong against the Bulls, man. That was one of the best dunks of the year, and we were at that game. I was glad to be there for it. He's the spark plug type of guy that does all that the little things.
Yeah.
Drawing charges probably and stuff like that and getting the steals.
Yep.
That's what I need from him. If he has a game where he scores over 20, that feels like that's bonus to me. So my expectations are already tempered. And if anybody's out there thinking that Suggs is going to get to the point where he's a 25-game scorer and
shooting like 35% from beyond the arc this year,
feel like they shouldn't have those expectations in year 2.
Right.
Because usually guys do have a little bit of a slump in the second year.
Okay.
So, let's wait till he gets to that third year like Cole, where he comes out and says, I want to be an all-star this year. I've learned a lot from my first 2 years. So expectations shouldn't be that high. Yeah. But I don't disagree with the take, really.
Yeah, year 2, Jalen, let's get it from Orlando Magic Handle. They quote Jalen saying, I feel confident. This is a big year coming up, not only for myself, but for us as a team. I think he understands, the magnitude of what's before him. Mm-hmm. And I think, he's already proven so much. There's so much weight placed on the offensive side of the ball. It's sexy. That's what puts butts in the seats a lot of times.
Sure.
All right. Charges don't do that all. So for most people, Peish. Yeah, I know you love a charge. But he's already our second best defender based on the numbers, based on the defended field goal percentage, who he was 3 feet from when they made the shot. He's at 43.5% in terms of his opponent's field goal percentage, only 0.3 behind Franz, who was number 1 on the team. There was a couple other G League guys, but from the regular rotation, you can already see he is one of our best defenders. Obviously not good from 3. 22% from 3 isn't great. 27% from mid-range isn't great. 59% at the rim. That's what I'm going to look for, like Lewis is, to tick up. And I think that we asked a lot of Jalen Suggs last year, man. We had a nicked up squad. Mm-hmm. For him to come in as a rookie, playing point guard, people always say, I don't
started in his first game.
I know. I've never made the transition from being a college point guard to the NBA. Right. Almost. Some scouts looked at me. I had a couple nibbles, but it didn't happen. But I hear that is one of the hardest transitions in sports.
Probably.
Yeah. You think that, maybe quarterback, these positions where you have to be making those really quick decisions and you have a lot of responsibility.
So.
This is true. Right. So I think it was just a little bit too much and he was kind of moving too fast and you could tell. And the talent around him was slightly bereft. Last year,
people running out of the lineup. It was insane.
It was crazy.
He was out for a while, but Franz was the only real constant all year.
That's true. And so I think this year now, with guys getting a little healthier, that's wood, knocking on wood.
I can confirm as wood under here.
There's not, as you said, going to be as much expected of him.
Right.
The team isn't going to expect him to become a 35%.
I don't think they're handing him the mic on opening night like they did last time to address the crowd.
That's a good query. Who's going to get the mic? We're going to have to talk about that.
I would think it might be Paulo. I think maybe the people would want to hear from him. And you get a number 1 pick in town and a lot of expectations. Give him the mic.
We're going to talk about him next. But, a guy like Paulo coming in, Franz coming off an amazing Eurobasket, coming in with tons of swag. Wendell now kind of feeling like a 20-10 guy coming back. We got Markelle to handle the rock.
Daddy?
Well, yes, exactly. Yeah. Coming back. We got J.I. hopefully potentially coming. There's more talent now around him where he doesn't need to be the guy. He can do more of what he does well. Second most steals on the team per game behind Chuma. So we know what he can do. He can dig in there and be an extremely, extremely valuable player. I always think about Marcus Smart as a comp. I mean, he couldn't really shoot too much when he came into the league. He's a vital cog now in that Boston team.
Absolutely.
So
sure. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
To where we'd like to see maybe him get. Yeah. And his 3-point shooting should improve, I would imagine, over the years if he starts being open for them because nobody's paying attention to him out there. So hopefully that can swing. And to me, honestly, there's a lot of things you just mentioned. That's why I love team sports as a whole, because it's not just one guy. Everybody that puts that uniform on, they have a piece of it. Even if it's the punter or the long snapper, everybody can affect the game. So it's great to know that you don't have to be the center of attention on a team because there's a lot of other pieces around you. And I think for Orlando, for a number of years, we've kind of relied on one star or one fringe star or a couple of guys that we're trying to make stars that really aren't. And now we're kind of swiping into we got some legit people now, and people are thinking we have one of the best young cores. So we don't need you to go out and do everything every night because there's other guys and everyone's going to work together and level up, as they kept saying at Media Day. And I'm just excited to see them do that together. That's what makes team sports great. Love it.